Hey, what's up everyone? Ashley here. Welcome to Ashley Talks Movies, and welcome to my review of Dungeons & Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. A charming thief and a band of unlikely adventurers undertake an epic heist to retrieve a lost relic, but things go dangerously awry when they run afoul of the wrong people. Before I get into the review, if you'd like to support the channel, hit the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. Also, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the videos I'm posting. Time for the review. So with Dungeons & Dragons: Honor Among Thieves, I really didn't have any expectations going into this movie. But as someone who doesn't play Dungeons & Dragons, who's never played Dungeons & Dragons, I was a little concerned, a little worried that I wouldn't be able to follow what was going on. I am happy to report that I was able to follow what was going on because this movie was easy to understand and it was fun, it was lighthearted, and it was just a really good time at the theater. So one of the things I really enjoyed about Honor Among Thieves, and one of the things I think this movie did really well, was the comedy. The movie definitely leaned into the funny aspects of the story, which I thought worked to its advantage. And it was a nice mixture of comedy. So you had physical comedy, you had situational comedy. Characters are put in situations and the humor plays off of that. And you also had a ton of jokes, a lot of witty jokes, a lot of wordplay. And like I said, there was a nice mixture and balance with the comedy. And for the most part, all the jokes landed. And I laughed out loud so many times in this movie. I also like the plotting of this movie. You know, this is a movie where it's a heist movie, it's an adventure movie, and it's a fantasy movie all wrapped into one. And, you know, characters are going on a quest or an adventure. And I liked how the movie paced out the story. You know, this is a rather long movie. It's 2 hours and something minutes. And it never felt long, though. And that was one of the things I really appreciate about this movie is because the pacing kept you interested. There never once felt like there was a moment in this movie that felt unnecessary, and things kept moving. Honor Among Thieves also has some really interesting characters. And that's important because, you know, in a movie like this, you want to care about the characters, you want to care what they're doing because you're going to be spending a lot of time with them. And every single character that was introduced into this movie, I found interesting. I was, concerned about what was going to happen with them, whether I was rooting for them or rooting against them. And also, I think they had some really great performances in this movie. You know, Chris Pine is wonderful, and he has such great comedic timing, which goes back to what I was talking about, this movie using comedy. And so he's great in all those comedic moments. Michelle Rodriguez is also very good. You know, she has great comedic timing in this movie as well. And the way she plays her character is perfect. And she's also really great in the action sequences. There are some really good fight sequences and choreography happening, especially with Michelle Rodriguez's character, Holga. And I really thought this movie did such a great job with those scenes. And, you know, with a lot of things. So, you know, obviously this movie is inspired by Dungeons & Dragons game, as I've already mentioned. And, you know, one of my concerns was, you know, someone who doesn't play the game, you know, would I be able to follow this? And I'm sure there are plenty of Easter eggs and nods and references throughout this movie that that went completely over my head because I don't play the game. And so people who have played the game will probably have a deeper appreciation for those things in this movie. But that being said, you know, as I said before, I was able to follow along with this movie. You know, the story was structured in a way that even someone who is not a D&D fan or someone who's never played the game can come in and really enjoy the story and understand what's happening. You know, there's moments of exposition. There are things that the characters say that allow you to understand what is happening, what's at stake, and things like that. So it was never an issue for me. So those are my thoughts on Dungeons & Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. If you've seen the movie and you want to share your thoughts, you can do so in the comment section below. While you're here, like this video, just hit that thumbs up button, and don't forget to subscribe to see more videos like this.